Well, pretty much that track was us. You know, it was who we were. Not even at the time. It was pretty much everything that we had done individually, being the hip hop person, all the way up to that day when we got in the studio to do it and we wrote it. We wanted everybody to know, like, you know, we could make a song about chicks, we could make a song about whatever, cars, whatever, but this is who we are. And we didn't realize that it was a lot. We knew, but we didn't know it was gonna be like that many people that took to that song. No matter how much money the song made, whatever it didn't make, I actually know for a fact that song touched people in a way where they said, these dudes are for us. This is a group that we can say, they're like me. I can relate to it. So, you know, it was like, I've been everywhere, Cass and Cali. First place we went to when we did that record. And you talking about gang dudes doing, you know, graphs telling us like, yo, when that song came out, every time we go bombing, we would play that song. So I'm like, okay. But then everywhere we went, it was like that. So I'm like, wow, you know, you hear songs and they're anthems and you wonder when you make these songs if people gonna like them. You know, that was the first record we ever did, and that was like still the biggest. When you are on a label that's halfway helping you and halfway not, that kind of wear on you. And, you know, I can only speak for myself. I thought, you know, we would be able to, you know, get everything fixed. Even if we would have got off Atlantic Records, we were still a group. But that wasn't the case. You know, Tame had things he wanted to do on his own as far as a solo artist, which is cool, you know, because we grow up. And I think that's the main thing everybody need to realize, that it's no beef, it's no fighting. That's what I want y'all to know. It was never no one thing that happened where we was somewhere and the cat saw us brawling, and never nothing like that. It just, you know, I think your personal life come into play. And when you don't have certain things, something will take over and have you to say that this ain't working. You know, it's just like being with a chick in a relationship. You try and make it work, but eventually you got to let it go. And that's what was going on with me and him. And, you know, he got a solo career. I got a solo career. He done plenty albums, and so have I. So I think we grew a lot more from that. You know, I can't say I don't wish that we would have did another record. I wish it could happen. Who knows? But I would say that, you know, there's always room for improvement, and you never know. Life is just kind of strange. First album came out '94, and I can actually say, you know, I've been in the game over 10 years, and, you know, close to 20, from, if you want to count demo stage or whatever. But, you know, I think it changed for good and bad. I think it more changed good because it brought more people into the game, where it was like a lot more credibility, and it was a lot of competition when we first came in. You talking about, we came in and it was Method Man, Redman album in the same month as ours, b.i.g Smalls the same as ours, you know. So, you know, it was live. It was definitely live, where you can name on two hands like hip hop groups, where today you can't. So, you know, that's where you kind of, you know, outweigh the good and the bad. But I think it changed for the better as far as the money part. But I think as far as the music itself, it kind of got closed in to where cats like me and, you know, whether it be Alcoholics or Beating Us, Organized Confusion, that broke up. You know, it made it harder for us to keep going later on down the line. But it brought newer cats out and still had the same kind of formula as what it was back then. But, you know, you can take what you want to pick. You know, you can either find your niche and be the MC that you really want to be, or you could sell out and be the MC that you're not supposed to be. But I think all in all, the game got a lot better, but it took too long for cats like me. Whereas now you're in a later stage of your career and you still got it, but you still trying to figure out, you know, where you stand in the game, because standards now is high and it's all about money. Control. I started to be able to control myself and I'm still learning that today. Elder Sensei in the past, definitely from Artifacts, is not the Elder Sensei today. The Elder Sensei today is a much improved writer, performer. I definitely learned a lot from myself that I probably didn't pay attention to early on. And I think when you solo and you got your back up against the wall, you tend to learn things much faster. And I had to learn to control my style. My style was sometimes all over the place. And I didn't have one style that I would stick to. And once I got comfortable with having to know that I'm not writing one verse here, 8 bars here, it's all you now. It's all 3 verses you by yourself. Whether if you're doing the hooks, you got to think all this on your own. So when I finally got it in my head that like, okay, I am really going to be solo. It's just me. So a lot of things had to change. A lot of things had to be improved. And today, in 2009, going into 2010, Elder Sensei is definitely, and I'm not just tooting my horn, I know that I've grown as a person first, as an artist second, because you can't be an artist if you're not a person. You got to differentiate the two. I can't be Elder Sensei all day. I got to be Elliott Williams. So once I started to balance myself as a person and an artist, now today I hope that, if cats follow me in my career, they see what I've learned and what I grew from.